Over the last 3 years, I've purchased and reviewed over 50 different speculative crypto miners on this channel. In this video, I'm going to share exactly how I made $1,472 with all those miners in February of 2025. This is a monthly series where I track all my income from crypto mining and running crypto nodes, minus my current expenses, such as electric and hosting costs, so I can share with you my net income for the month. As always, I'll have a refreshed ROI or return on investment analysis for every miner, which I'll share with you later in this video. For those of you who are new to this channel, first off, welcome. My name is Jason, and this is SWANCASTLECRYPTO. Most of these miners we will be reviewing today are depin miners, which stands for Decentralized Physical Infrastructure Network. It involves using blockchain technology and token incentives to build and maintain physical infrastructure and help to solve real-world problems. Most of these devices are low cost and low power, making it easy for home miners like you and I to get involved. Now, before we get started, I know it's been a brutal month for the crypto markets.
No! God, please, no! No!
I feel the pain you're likely feeling right now as well. Everything has been going down so much, so fast these last couple weeks. Now, I would urge you not to panic in these types of situations. It's almost never a good decision. It's always important to keep a level head in times like this. I've been trading all sorts of markets for over 20 years now. Yeah, I'm that old. And looking back at trades I've regretted in the past, most all of those are when I sold into fear. So obviously this sell-off has a big impact on the profitability of all these different depin miners we're mining on this channel, but I still think there are some very quality projects that I want to highlight in today's video. Now, it does take me a long time to put this information together for you each month. I actually debated not making this video this month just because some of these numbers are so bad this month, but I had committed to keeping you guys updated on these profitability figures. So here we are. So if you get anything from this video, all I ask is you hit that like button for me. So as always, we'll go from the most profitable to least profitable project. We'll get some high-level commentary over each. So our number one project for the month is our HiFix GeoNet Space Weather Station. This is an antenna that I mounted on my roof, and it helps to improve GPS tracking satellite data across the globe. So normally a GPS satellite is accurate within about 6 feet. And this makes them potentially accurate within centimeters. It's got a really lot of cool different applications. It's been a really big winner of a project for us, especially those who have been in this for 2.5 years now since it started. So it made $200 for the month, and you can see the price actually held up pretty well, only down 12% for the month. We go to our GeoCalc tab. So my monthly rewards were 650 Geo tokens, which is coming out to about 23 Geo tokens per day. The max tokens per day is 24 tokens per day. They have an annual halving. So last year it was 48, and then we'll have another halving coming up at the end of June. So then it'll switch to a max of 12 tokens per day. Now, one news item that I saw with GeoNet this month is they are phasing out their dual band miners. So if you have one of their old dual band miners and hadn't upgraded to the triple band, you'll need to do that to continue earning your rewards. Our number two project for the month is the Entropy token. This is a meme project where they make fun that you basically mine nothing. So it earned $139 for the month. You see down 40%. This is kind of a fun little project I got into several months ago. You have to dig a hole and get approved on X. You kind of have to jump through loops. But the problem with this project is you get punished if you sell your tokens. So I'm still waiting to sell my tokens at this point. So we'll continue to accumulate tokens with this ENT Entropy project. Coming to number three is the Hive Mapper dash cam. I have one dash cam, made $68 a month. You can see the Honey token is down 36% for the month. So a pretty bad month for that token, but that's pretty consistent as you'll see across the board here. So total tokens earned this month was 1,761 tokens, down a little bit from January, where I did drive quite a bit more in January. Now we're still waiting on our Bs. I ordered my B over a year ago now, and I haven't gotten any updates. And last I saw, they were shipping only about 50 B dash cams per day as of last month. So at this point, I'm not sure when we're going to start getting them. If you already got your B dash cam, let me know in the comments below. I haven't heard of many people getting them yet, so I'm still waiting. It's really frustrating because originally this was supposed to be shipping in Q3 of last year, and now we're 2/3 the way through Q1 of this year. So at this point, they're 5 months late with no ETA in sight for when we're going to get our dash cams. So obviously frustrating, but we'll continue to use our old dash cam in the time being. It's still at least making some decent money. Number four, we have STEPN. This earns the GST token. You can see this one was also down quite a bit this month, down 24%, earning $52 for me for the month. This is a move to earn project. I've been in this one for about 2.5 years. You can see here I've walked over 2,000 miles now at this point with step-in. So it's basically an excuse for me to stay active every day and so I have to get my 10,000 steps plus in every day. So I've basically been averaging 12 to 15,000 steps every day for 2.5 years. So it's not a big money maker, but it's an excuse to keep me active. Number 5, we have WeatherXM. This is a weather station that you mount on your roof. You can mount these at home, and they're basically building a decentralized global weather network. There's a lot of cool applications for this, and this project, their tokens actually held up pretty well. Down 23% for the month, but that's pretty consistent across the board here. So I'm excited to see what WeatherXM builds here over the next several months and years. Now my rewards here include beta rewards, so I'm earning $50 for the month. My rewards are basically about probably a third higher than what you will receive if you were to purchase a WeatherXM weather station at this point. But still decent rewards, and it's a very hands-off project, which I love in a depin project. Number 6, we have our DIMO data miners. So I have 4 different DIMO data miner connections, earning me just under 700 tokens this month. You can see DIMO is also down 34% for the month, earning almost $50 between all those devices. We go to my DIMO tab, you can see my rewards. So we had a kind of a weird distribution of rewards. We saw a spike on the week of the 17th, and then it fell back down into this range here. So I don't know if there was like additional rewards added to everyone's reward pool in the week of the 17th, but it seems like it's coming back down to that range here. So it's not really a 21% reduction week over week. It's just, I think there's a little spike here last week. Now, 2 other items that caused me to get some higher rewards this month. Basically, I used the DIMO app to sign up for these free services, this daylight transaction, this royal transaction. It has to do with smart car. So I have a Tesla. And it basically tracks my charging data and my battery data, and you get additional rewards for signing up for that. It was free to do within the app, so I got some additional DIMO tokens for those signups this month. So if you have a Tesla, you can connect your Tesla to DIMO for completely free. You can get those rewards. You can see I have Tesla software, so here's my rewards for Tesla. Smart cars, other smart cars, your rewards are quite low. And then if you have the DIMO LTRE, or the LTER1, this is what rewards you'll see based on the current level. So I'm a level 2 on all 3 of these devices. The max level goes to level 4, where you can get some higher rewards. Now I did also see DIMO this month. They did roll out a staking program, but it looks like they pushed that back because I saw it initially on the day that it rolled out last Monday, and then I will open up the DIMO app a couple days later and it was gone. So once they reinstate that staking program, I may give you guys an update on that, just because that's a way where we can stake some of our DIMO tokens and earn even higher rewards for DIMO. I'm really excited about what DIMO is building here, so I will likely stake quite a few of my DIMO tokens, because it's one of the few projects where I've actually been holding almost all my tokens that I've earned over the last several years with DIMO. So it's something I believe in long term in terms of a project. Number 7, we have my phone farm, mining the Varus coin. Varus coin held up really well this month, only down 2%. You can see I only made $10 this month after my electric expense. My electric expense is at a 16 cent per kilowatt hour electric rate, so just over break even for the month. A couple items of note with the phone farm. Last month, I missed mentioning in this video, but somebody mentioned in the comments, the Varus coin did have their halving, so that's what's driving this lower token yield that we're seeing both in January and February this year compared to last year. So a decrease the profitability of this phone farm, but at least the token price really has held up really well, especially compared to everything else in the crypto market. Number 8, we have Crank. This one's, once again, disappointing token performance for Crank. I don't think this token has ever been up in like the 1.5 or almost 2 years I've been in this project. So down 43% for the month, only earning $7 for the 4 devices I have connected to Crank. Number 9, we have my streamer node. I have this staked on the streamer network. You can see their token is also down quite a bit this month, down 35%. So just making $7. I think I have about 20,000 data tokens staked there, earning a yield, and it's basically cost nothing to stake it on the network. Number 10, another disappointing one. This one's going to my graveyard. So this is where I push all the projects that die. And unfortunately, there's quite a few of them. We've been adding quite a few of them lately. So these are Galactus engines. This is like an NFT node. I did a video on it last year. Their token went live late last year, and it is not performed very well. You can see it's up 49% this month, but at this point, it is basically earning peanuts compared to the cost of these nodes. So at this point, I'm going to push this into the graveyard. I'll still monitor it. If the profitability jumps back up, we can cover it again on this channel, but I don't want to continue talking about dead projects on this video, and I don't want to waste your time. Number 11, my Deeper Connect Mini. This is a decentralized VPN project, just earning $4 for the month. Now I have a substantial amount of Deeper tokens that are staked, and that's why my yield on this is quite high. I think I have 75,000 Deeper tokens staked. No, obviously, that's not a whole lot of money at this point, only trading at 0.001 cents per token. But that's why this thing still earns, and it's nice to have a VPN that I can use so I can access different websites that are restricted here in the US. Number 12, we have my pre-search nodes. I have 15 pre-search nodes. I have about 200,000 pre-search tokens, I believe, staked across these 15 pre-search nodes. So you can see generating a yield of 2,000 tokens this month. But after VPS hosting expenses, we're looking at just $1 for the month. So my VPS with RackNerd is set to expire here in, I believe, April. So after that point, I'll probably shut those down and exit this project just because it has been quite of a dud of a project. And I don't want to continue paying expenses for a project that's basically not making anything. So disappointing pre-search. They were trying to take on Google in terms of creating a decentralized search engine, but I think it really hasn't taken off yet at this point. And I've waited for several years and it's just been down, down, down for their token. So at some point I need to cut my losses here. Number 13 is SoarChain. This is very similar to your DIMO data miner. I have a connection in my Tesla. This was free to set up, and I basically earn some Soar tokens for driving my Tesla. It's still pretty much nothing at this point, just 65 cents, but I don't have to do anything or connect anything, and it seamlessly gets pushed to my wallet every day. Number 14, my last home ASIC miners, my iPolar G1 minis. I have 3 of these. They solo mine Grin. So this month, I found 26 blocks solo mining, but you can see it basically was enough to essentially break even for the month. So I've been constantly selling my Grin tokens over these past several years, and I'll probably start to sell them again soon once we start seeing recovery in the crypto markets. Next 2 are some free apps. GetGrass is a browser extension, and Silencio is an app you can download on your phone, and it tracks sound data. No reward distributions for this month, but I would assume here in the next several months, they'll do another reward distribution for users. Number 17, my Solana Saga phone. I'm also throwing this in the graveyard this month. I sold all my airdrops earlier this month when it became pretty apparent that the meme craze is over for crypto. So I sold all those different meme airdrops. The total value of the amounts that I sold, I think, was around $1,200. So disappointed because I paid up for my Solana Saga phone last January when I bought it. I think I paid $2,300 for it, so I took a loss there. But at this point, I decided to cut my losses and get the liquidity out and sell those meme tokens. Actually converted into Jupiter because I like some of the things that the Jupiter team is building, and I can stake my Jupiter tokens, and you can earn some additional airdrops for Jupiter just by participating in some of their voting protocols. So if you're interested in a Solana-based token, I think Jupiter has a lot of really good potential, but not a video on token speculating, but just something I chose to do there. Then we have the Solana Chapter 2. No airdrops for this month. I know I saw some announcements that they are looking to start shipping the Solana Chapter 2 phone here in the next couple months. We'll be on the lookout for that. May do a video on that once that gets shipped, especially if we can get some decent airdrops for the Solana Chapter 2. Then next we have our testnet projects, Map Metrics, still on testnet. Launch is still TBD. Onocoy, my understanding is they are planning to launch sometime in Q2 this year, but no definitive date yet. This is very similar to GeoNet. It's essentially a competitor to GeoNet, except GeoNet is on a different network that is on Polygon or Poly now, and Onocoy is a Solana-based project, but basically they're building the same thing in terms of GPS, basically antennas to help improve GPS signals. Next, we have Wingbits, also on testnet, TBD. This is flight tracking, very interesting project. Then Starplug, this is basically a smart plug, kind of a silly project, but their token launch is expected here in March. We'll see if that actually happens, given how poor the crypto market is at this point. And then finally, we have my Bitcoin miners. You can see a big unprofitability for these this month, and that's really driven by the decrease in Bitcoin price this month, down 21%. And really, most of that decline happened in the last couple days when everything kind of just fell off a cliff. So down $307 for the month. Here's the Bitcoin mining chart. You can see revenue per miner stayed pretty consistent for the month, so mining difficulty hasn't changed, but really what's impacting the decrease in the profitability is the current Bitcoin price. Now, the thing with Bitcoin mining is I'm not selling any of the Bitcoin I'm mining here, so even though it's technically unprofitable at this point, I'll probably never sell this Bitcoin. I've actually never sold any Bitcoin ever, so we'll be holding this, and in retrospect, when Bitcoin's trading at $1 million in a few years, these in retrospect will be very profitable. But I do have a decision to make here in the next couple months. My hosting contract with BitCap for these miners is set to expire, I believe, in April. So I'll have to decide if I cut my mining for these devices, just because they are older devices at this point, and it's hard to compete with some of the newer ASIC miners out there. If there's any new projects that you're aware of that aren't on this list that you think have some good potential, let me know in the comments below. I'm always interested to see what people's perspective are on some of the new projects coming out, because there's so many projects coming out, sometimes it's hard to keep up. But I've found some of the insights that I get from some of you viewers is the best insights I can find in terms of learning about the depin space. So next, let's look at the miner graveyard. Like I mentioned, there's 2 more this month. There's so many different projects here that basically have gone dead over the last several years. So that's something to keep in mind when considering a project. I would not put all your eggs into one basket, because the failure rate that I've seen across all the different projects is quite high. Hopefully you can find a couple winners, but I think diversifying across many different projects helps to lower your risk, or making sure you're doing tons of research in terms of projects, just because there is a strong possibility that a lot of times the project's not going to work out. That's why I've also always advocated selling tokens and not trying to hodl all your tokens, just because I think it is a very risky move, just because you never know when next bear markets happen or when a depin project just won't work out. So next, let's look at the ROI analysis. We'll start off with assumptions I'm making, like always, to level set here. First, the miner fair market value estimate is based on the current miner sales price I'm seeing online. The net income I've got here is my actual mining results less my expenses. Yours obviously may be different based on when you purchase the device or if you're getting beta rewards. This is as a point in time here on February 28, 2025. Miner value and income amounts will obviously vary over time as prices change and difficulty changes. And then finally, this is not financial advice, and don't use this as your sole justification to purchase a miner or a node. So top projects I would highly consider Entropy, just because it is basically free. It's about $15 to get the little board to use for your device. So here's mine. I got off of Amazon for like $15, and that's basically the cost. So you just do have to jump in through some loops to get into the project, but besides that, it's basically free, and it's a fun project. HyFix Geodet Space Weather Station. The problem with this one is they have not lowered their price. It's still $625, and that's basically been the price since this thing came out 2.5 years ago. I think it is kind of steep for people, especially, I know people are hurting for money right now with everyone's crypto investments down and just the economy. So it's unfortunate that it's so pricey. I hope they do find a way to decrease this price at some point, but it has been a big winner for us in terms of earnings over the past couple of years. So it is a project I would highly recommend people look into, just because I think it has one of the strongest use cases I've seen out there for a crypto project. They're actually bringing money in. I mean, you can't really say that about many other crypto projects out there right now. Number 3, DIMO data miner. This one's also, I think, a really good potential project. If you've got a Tesla or a smart car, you can connect for free. Otherwise, the DIMO LTE R1 is only $152, which I think is quite a low price. I know those of us who have gotten into this project a year plus ago have made our money back for our costs, and then plus a lot, especially those of us who got in when this was in beta almost 3 years ago. Hive mapper, I've got as yellow here just because I don't know when you're going to get your bee. If you were to order one now, I mean, there's people that have been waiting over a year now and still don't have theirs. So I hope they can continue to ramp up production. And there's still a lot of unknowns in terms of whether there's going to be ongoing costs with this bee. And it's just kind of a lot of gray areas in terms of profitability. But obviously when I get mine, I will give you guys a full review over this bee and let you know my honest thoughts on that. Weather XM, I think, is another quality project here. It's one of those projects that's a set it and forget it project for me. I think I've had to reset it like twice in the last almost 3 years I have had this thing set up. Obviously, my rewards are going to be a little higher here than what you would see just because I've got testnet rewards, beta rewards that I basically earned, but still a good earning project. And even if the project does fail, there's potential where you could repurpose this to another weather-based crypto project, or at least you've got a weather station where you can track your weather data. Step in, I would probably stay away from that unless you want to gamble on making a little extra money walking around, but I don't see the long-term value in step in. Streamer, this is distorted earnings just because you're basically staking and earning a yield. Sword Chain, so this is for the Sword Chain Mini, $75. If you have a Tesla, you can connect for free, but the earnings for the Tesla are obviously quite low at this point. I don't know what the current earnings for the Sword Chain Mini is. It probably is quite a bit higher than this. I'd have to double check that or check with someone on that. So next we have our red projects. These projects I would stay away from at this point. Deeper Connect Mini, Crank, Phone Farm, Galaxis, obviously stay away. Pre-search, and then the ASIC mining at this point I would stay away from as well. And finally we have our testnet projects. I think the top project there with the most potential is Onocoy, and then you've got some flyers here with maybe some potential, but I think little riskier moves. You got Wingbits, Starplug, and Natmetrics. I have discounts for a lot of these miners in the description below. So if you choose to purchase one using one of my discounts, obviously you get a discount on your miner, and it helps to help financially support this channel. So thank you in advance if you end up buying one. Best of luck out there. I hope everyone stays solvent and keep your head up. All right, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.